Alright, so I finished priming all the parts, as you can see here, using my one-shot primer by MIG. Came out pretty good. But now we're going to move on to painting, and I'm going to begin with using 114 RML 23 red. This will be the first layer of colors I'm going to put on this kit before I begin masking it. So I'm going to do the leg first. Now this part here I'm going to actually paint, but I'm also going to take it apart after I finish doing my thing, because there's these parts here that's going to be for the other color, which I discussed before. There we go. There's this part. Forgot to turn this on. Good. Alright. Where is that part? Huh? Part of the leg, but I'm going to carefully paint the leg part. I was going to paint the wings or the binder type thing the same color, but I decided to paint it a darker color tone to be separate. But right now I just want to get this done, and I don't want to do it like completely cover it, just the parts where I visually am looking at, where I'm going to mask it off, and then I'm going to repaint it over the other color. It's a little wet, but that's okay. It's good. Let me do this big boy. Like I said before, I'm only painting the body, but this backpack will be painted separately once I finish painting this part, and then masking it off, painting it again, masking it off again, so then I can paint the backpack. So this will be many steps for me to do this. Gotta get through here. Very good. Let's do the head here. Darn it, this thing is not holding. Ah, no. How am I going to hold this? Okay, so I'm going to put 2 toothpicks in there. There we go. Let's see if there's some sort of stability. Alright, so we're doing pretty good here. Let me just continue on and then wait until it dries, and then we'll move on to the next phase. Alrighty now. So, after it all dried, I began to put the masking tapes that I was referring to. And it's these little strips here that I purchased a long time ago. And I've been meaning to use them for specific, things, or like, patterns. Some parts that I wanted to cover to paint, I used them on, instead of using the masking tapes because of how thin it is. But something like this is what I wanted to do originally. And I thought this would be a cool idea to try this on this kit. Now, some of these things peel off a bit, so I have to use a lot of pressure on it before I spray them. I'm going to put my mask on, because I had it on before, I took it off. I'll put this one on again. Now we're going to paint it using the color that I chose, which is cool white. Let's give it a spray. Alright, and let's pray. First I'm going to apply a little pressure here to make sure that there's no gaps or holes, so that way it's an even pass. I'm going to give it a light pass first. Ooh, what did you come from? There we go. So I'm just going to do a light pass right there, let it sit there for a while, and then I'm going to, repass it again. I was afraid that maybe the white will not cover the entire color of red, but the pigmentations on Tamiya paints, Mr. Hobby Paints, are really good. Plus I'm going to give it another coat just to even it out a bit. Let's do the head here. Now remember, alright, this is just one coat. I'll do another one to make sure it's even. And then once it's dry, certain parts will be, some parts will be masked off, like this one, because clearly I need to paint the joints a different color. I saw somebody do something similar to this, but he did it in reverse. I I don't know how to explain it because it was a long time ago, but I found it very, very uncomfortable watching the video. Maybe it was his first time. It didn't. Well, he had a lot of views and a lot of subscribers on his channel, but that was years ago. I forgot who it was. All right. Same thing with this part here. I'm not going to paint it. Just going to avoid it. I'm going to paint it a separate color after I mask the whole thing. I can't wait until this is done so I can peel it off and see how it looks. Alright, the big boy here. Let's take care of this. This one I'll just do a light pass. I'm actually planning out the possibility that if there's parts that I cannot mask off, or not that I cannot mask them off, but that it seems impossible for me to do where I can probably hand brush it, there are those Vallejo paints that I purchased a while back, if you guys remember, that I had trouble airbrushing them. They were basically designed specifically for hand painting, so that would come into play for something like this. I will definitely try it out and see how it works. Alright, so that layer's done. I have a few more here to go through. So, I'm not gonna... Oh, let me do this one. I'll come back to this later. Because once this is dries, I'm going to remove them so that way I have more accessibility with thrusters in this. But let me continue on, and we'll move on to the next color. See how it comes out.